Welcome back. We're talking about how busy we are and then, of course, what that can affect in our life. So again, kind of mention when we are, making our schedules too full, we're taking on too many different jobs. What's that doing to our health?
Not good things. That's why I say it's really, really important that we prioritize that self-care. Okay, I have some basic tips to resist the busyness trap, and that is tip number one: prioritize that me time and then protect that time like you would another appointment. And kids, I think it's important, kids and adults need that quiet downtime for quiet reflection. Extracurriculars are great, but if kids are going from activity to activity and all their time is really, really structured, that's not good for anybody. Kids need time to, heaven forbid, be bored and not have a screen right in front of them. That boredom can actually be really, really good at helping kids develop some creativity, imaginative play, help them start to develop that internal dialogue that's so, so important at helping regulate behavior, regulate emotions. And adults are no different. We need that downtime as well. Sometimes adults can use busyness as a way to numb or avoid certain things. If I'm constantly busy and doing this, and this, I don't have to deal with this tough issue at home, or I don't have to really sit with this painful emotion or whatever it is that I'm experiencing. And so prioritizing that self-care, taking some time, like you were saying, Christy, during the break, to do a mindfulness meditation or start to journal or take some time before bed to take a bubble bath or do whatever you're going to do. These are all really great things.
So with self-care, it can be just basically even sitting around doing nothing, right? I mean, just sort of...
If that's what you need for yourself.
Yep, just sitting around, kind of reflecting on your day, practicing some gratitude. But if we're going to take the time to do these things, tip number two that I have is learning to say no gracefully, because there's other things that are going to have to give. And I might add to that, say no gracefully and without explanation, because oftentimes I feel like we need to come up with the world's best excuse if we're going to say no to something. Otherwise, we feel really, really guilty.
So coach people through that, because I think that's one of the biggest, and I fall prey to it. I've gotten much better at it, but so many people, I can just tell they want to tell me no, and they're like, well, and they come up, it's like, just tell me no, and I'm okay with that. So how do you say no gracefully?
I think you have to practice it, kind of watch yourself. I need to explain the reasons why I'm not going to volunteer again at school or whatever it is. And sometimes that involves kind of sitting with some uncomfortable feelings. But I think the more we just kind of politely decline, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to help out this time, and then just leave it at that, the more times we practice that, the easier it gets, the more comfortable we get, because we learn that the world continues to go around. It's okay. People don't get mad at us most of the times. And
I was going to say, what's at the root of that we want to be liked, and we think, oh, if I say no, this person's not going to like me, or what?
Yeah, we don't want to be perceived as lazy. Again, it's kind of that we have to be going all the time in order to be productive or successful. But, true success isn't compromising some of those core values that we have and that we talked about earlier. We need to make time for those things, and sometimes that requires us saying no to other things.
Well, and I think part of it too, and that's your third tip, is when you do set aside time for yourself, when you are saying no to more things, you should say no to all that social media, all the technology. Sometimes it's nice to take a break away from that too.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's so ironic. Technology was created to help simplify our lives, and yet we have more technology than ever before, and we're busier than ever before. It's no different with social media. Social media was made to help us connect more with other people, and what's interesting is more and more people are reporting these really high levels of loneliness, because I think we're missing that face-to-face interaction and connection with others. And talk about a time suck. I'm totally guilty of that. 2 minutes before bed, and it's like, oh, I'm just going to check my Facebook quick. 15 minutes later, I'm still kind of mindlessly scrolling through my news feed. I don't get to bed for another hour. And then the next day, I'm complaining about feeling tired and all the things that I have to do. So I tell people, unplug, meet with people face to face. And I think that's really going to add up to some positive change in your life.
Perfect. Definitely needed. It is true, though. And schedule that time with your friends. Schedule time to yourself.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And gracefully say no. I like that. Great stuff. Thank you very much. All right, stay with us. When we come back, we're going to show you some real delicious syrup.